quick before anyone else on YouTube gets, on their computer and starts spewing bullshit. Like, someone likes to take every piece of legislation and turn it into a narrative for MOAS. I'm going to go ahead and just read this to you real quick. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, this is what we're discussing. This is the one-page summary. This has nothing to do with AMC or GME or MOAS. I'm sorry to tell you. Just trying to beat some of the others to the punch because I know that's what they're going to tie it to. Basically, this act will make a historic down payment on deficit reduction to fight inflation, invest in domestic energy production and manufacturing, and reduce carbon emissions by roughly 40% in 2030. The bill will also finally allow Medicare to negotiate for prescription drug prices and extend the expanded Affordable Care Act program for 3 years through 2025. Oh boy. The new proposal for the fiscal year 2022 budget reconciliation bill will invest approximately $300 billion in deficit reduction and $369 billion in energy security and climate change programs over the next 10 years. Additionally, the agreement calls for comprehensive permitting reform legislation to be passed before the end of the fiscal year, meaning this fiscal year, which is up at the end of September. October 1st is the beginning of next year from a government standpoint. Now, permitting reform is essential to unlocking domestic energy and transmission projects, which will lower costs for consumers and help us meet our long-term emission goals. So top line estimates, total revenue raised, 15% corporate minimum tax, $313 billion, prescription drug pricing reform, $288 billion, IRS tax enforcement, $124 billion, carried interest loophole, which they're apparently going to be closing, $14 billion, total investments, energy security and climate change, $369 billion, Affordable Care Act extension, $64 billion, and then total deficit reduction, $300+ billion. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it is what it is. Now, the Inflation Reduction Act enacts, again, historic deficit reduction to fight inflation, lowers energy costs, increase cleaner production, and reduces carbon emissions by roughly 40% by 2030. Allows Medicare to negotiate drug prices and caps out-of-pocket costs to $2,000, supposedly. And again, I'll read that again. If you're someone that's struggling with Medicare, it increases, or it basically caps you out of pocket at $2,000, meaning you're not going to pay more than $2,000 out of pocket for your drug prices. Now, this also lowers ACA healthcare premiums for millions of Americans, makes the biggest corporations and ultra wealthy pay their fair share. Yeah, how many times have we all heard that? There are no new taxes on families making $400K or more or less, and there's no new taxes on small businesses. They say we are closing tax loopholes and enforcing the tax code. So they're going to be closing, apparently, the carried interest loophole that they've been saying they're going to close for like the last 25 years. But basically, this is what I've been telling you. There is no doom. There is no gloom. There's only change and resetting. We're behind as far as a tech standpoint and an infrastructure standpoint. China is ahead of us. That is why you hear all of this shit in the media with China and the U.S., but at the end of the day, they're both working together. But the media doesn't want you to know that because of reasons. But yeah, that's basically the Inflation Reduction Act. It's a nothing burger as far as the market is concerned. This is basically the infrastructure side of things that we all knew was coming. And again, there is no doom and gloom. Things will only get better, in my opinion. So anyways, have a good one.